that they will always depend on you. So you want to be the only rich man in the village, the only one with a hacienda in the village. Everybody else has a shanty. So they look at you like a demigod. They want to be worshipped, and that is a problem we have. You asked a very pertinent question about calling for rallies and whatnot. We always argue and we wonder how come we can't solve unemployment in this country. Of course, you can't solve the entire unemployment. But since we are a country that copies a lot from the West, why can't we also copy something they've done? We have very young men and women who are actually good in skills, in talents.
True.
Now, most guys are brought there, either artists, they are footballers, basketballers, rugby players. But here we have decided not to commercialize our sports. And it stems from the fact that most of these federations have corruption allegations, mismanagement allegations. They have issues as to the substance of those who are running these federations. Now, if we had a government that had a goodwill, then those people who are found culpable in these federations, they'll be charged. We clean up these federations, make sure we commercialize this sport sector so that we have sponsors coming. Because you can't explain to me why you have a country like, let's say, South Africa. It has for example, football is well sponsored. Why? Because they believe if I put money in here, and as much as I'm sponsoring a team, I'll also gain. All right, that's how sponsorship works at the end of the day. So you find a situation where, if, for example, the president wakes up and stops forcing us to go to affordable housing to build houses, that's not the only job we can do as Kenyans. And realize that we can actually commercialize sports, arts. Most of our artists live song to song. Release a song, it becomes a hit. After that, they go broke. Stop the issue of piracy. Those are the things we need to do, but they can never do that.
So that's the environment that we talk about that is conducive.
They can never do, because if all of you now are able to fend for yourself, that means when they want to call for a useless rally to say nonsense, nobody will show up. And ordinarily they wouldn't want that, because they also feel that once you're also empowered economically,
occupied,
and you're empowered economically, you'll be independent-minded. You will know whatever someone telling you, whether this is a lie or this is truth, So they wouldn't want that. So impoverish them to use them. Sad reality. So they will use you, they'll seduce you, misuse and abuse you. But up until we have someone who can actually, I believe we need to commercialize our sports. We need to work on our arts. We have so many young people who are passionate about film, are passionate about artistry, but we really have a ministry that I don't know what it does. Sad reality, because the worst ministry in this country, that if you look at whoever ends up at the CS for sports, youth and it all, they do not. I think it's seen as a demotion if you're taken there. There was a time Amina was sent there. Now we have Vuria there. We have a young man who's a PS there who has some other allegations. It's a ministry that either it's underfunded, or it's seen as just a ministry for the sake of telling the young people that you have a ministry. I talked to a friend of mine who told me that this NYC, National Youth Council, is given 90 million a year. What can they do with 90 million? What? I don't know if it's true, but that's what he told me. He works there. So it tells you where they've placed the young people in this country. And that is why when political parties are formed, for example, you see, when they have a NEC meeting, they'll choose those who they believe can be in the NEC. But when they want to popularize the party, if we wear t-shirts, the young people who are supposed to be on cars, they're supposed to be on the lorry, on cars. I am yet to see a political party that wants to help the young people. And I've seen Lina Mwananchi now they're bound to come up with a political party. And by and large, they're young people. I hope and pray that we will actually give the young people a space to grow. And more so, we can actually, again, I go to the fact that we like copying. We can actually copy from our brothers in South Africa. If you look at, for example, the political parties in South Africa, they mentor young leaders. Look at EFF, for example. The people who have come from EFF, even the ANC that is actually seen as a bad party, it is the ANC that actually made someone like Malema. It actually brought Malema.
Yes, it did.
It brought Floyd Shivambu, and Dr. Nlozi. They all came from the Youth League. But our Youth League, by and large, the youth leagues we have in this country, I don't know what they produce. It's just one person out of a pool of 1 million people. So I think we really don't have the goodwill to assist the young people in this country. And I hope that changes. And as we gear towards the political season, my clarion call to the young people is that don't allow yourself to be used. Understand that politics is a game of interest. Someone tells you, I want to become an MCA. Mwambie ni sawa, that's your dream. So what do I gain by that dream that you have? What is this you believe that once you're MCA will impact my life positively? Because that is how voting is done. So you want to be my president, very well. So let us discuss number one. We have something called, there's someone who says we have odious debt. What is your take on the same? If this debt is actually odious, will you pay it? Now, if he tells you yes or no, you start grading. By the time you're done with that person, you already know whether this person is a failure or someone who actually passes. Those are the things we need to, that is how we move forward as a country. Because if we still go on euphoria, on razzmatazz, hey, this party has lovely colors, this party has good cars. If we still go on
beautiful songs,
beautiful songs, if we still go on slogans, we would be lost. It's good to have those slogans, the razzmatazz and everything, but the substance, what is this party formed on? What is the political ideology of whoever is spearheading this political party? If the political ideology is, I have to amass wealth, we are lost. We are as good as done. Because they will amass wealth at your expense.
Yeah. And I say, look at all of these things, they're all connected.